He stands in at 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing officially at 204.6 pounds. His record includes 12 wins against 7 losses, fighting out of Shiloh, Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Andrew El Dirte Sanchez. And across the Eagle FC steel, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He stands in at 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing officially at 205.6 pounds. An 18-fight veteran who has a record of 12 victories, opposite 6 defeats, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Gabriel Checco. And your referee in charge is Marcos Perez.
Marcos Perez, the third man inside of the steel. Checco and Sanchez. Time to right the wrong here for Gabriel Checco. Andrew Sanchez looking to start anew here in Eagle FC. Then Geef there in the red and the white there in the dark red. That maroon, that's Andrew Sanchez, and here comes Zangief. You love the aggression, guys. Totally different fighter than what we saw against Evans.
Sure, no, hey, he's taking ground. I was not expecting him to do that. He comes out very aggressive. He is known to do that. We're talking about Gabriel. He's known to do that, to take some ground. And then fade a little bit. I'm not seeing him overuse that energy, I guess, if I was to finish that thought. It does look like Sanchez came out with a good kick himself and is now starting to gain a little respect for Gabriel.
I do like Sanchez's patience here. I do like that, because sometimes in his previous fights, we have seen him kind of get into a rush trying to get that takedown. But I like his patience here, which just lets you know that he's been working all avenues of the game. And wow, that was a beautiful left kick. Almost landed.
A little question mark. You saw how he lifted the knee. A little more power. You know, it could potentially lay out some.
The funny thing, I was actually in the hotel gym today, and Andrew Sanchez was hitting the treadmill hard, was drilling with his coaches. I mean, like, he was doing a full-on workout before the fight tonight. I know everybody handles everything different, but he was spending a lot of energy earlier on today.
That's the wrestler in him. A lot of wrestlers believe you got to get that hard burn, you got to get that sweat out. Your first match is the slowest, and sometimes they'll do that in the practice room. That makes me proud to hear that you saw him in there and he was working so hard earlier today.
How about the Phenom?
Oh, man, Chell, I used to be like that. I used to walk for like 3 hours, man. Now I'm a little different, Chell. I really want to, kind of heal up the muscle, whatever, but it's super cool. Look at that. My brother, Vitor Belfort, man.
I was wondering when you were going to notice that.
That's awesome.
Vitor out there tweeting, man. What a stud. Keep the social media interaction coming your way, man. Eagle FC 47. Use the hashtag, and that's at Eagle Fight Club. And get in the conversation. We'll throw it up here on the screen. Having a lot of fun here with the fans, with the predictions, with the scorecards. You can judge the fights.
Guys, I'm impressed right now from what I see from Andrew Sanchez. I'm impressed. He's able to take, he's very patient. He's able to take ground when he needs to take ground. He's able to hop out of range when he needs to hop out of range.
Yeah.
He's not diving in trying to get that takedown because he's not confident in his striking. So I'm excited. I'm very, very impressed with what I'm seeing.
Well, he's kind of hitting his groove right now, and he's been fighting the best of the best, Kamaru. I mean, really, he really has. And I feel like he's trying to show everybody that Checco's not on his level, and he's really beating away at him.
And Sanchez hasn't gone to his best techniques yet, which are wrestling. I think that's out of a respect to maybe Gabriel's jiu-jitsu background. But either way, Sanchez still does have more that he's not yet showed us.
Yeah, he has a typically I don't like it when fighters typically move too much, but Sanchez has a little bounce to him, kind of like a little taekwondo stuff that kind of puts him in rhythm. And he needs to get back to that, because he had it at the beginning. Yeah, there he goes. You see what I'm talking about, Uncle Joe?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, here we are on the ground. This will be interesting. Does he spin around and take the back, or does he come back up to his feet? I don't know if Sanchez is going to follow him down, guys. I think he's pretty disciplined. Pretty disciplined to stay standing up, at least for this first round.
Yeah, why play with fire there? You're kind of you're winning the exchanges in the stand-up, so why even play with fire here?
Recover, breathe and relax.
But I think Sanchez is kind of making a mistake here. You're kind of starting to land at will. Why would you stand here and give him a chance to rest?
Sure. And Gabriel said he learned his lesson in the Rashad fight, that he's not going to try to win an MMA fight from his back, but he stayed down there a little long. Kamaru, I'm not certain that he is sold on the idea that being on top is better.
I agree. Especially for a competitive grappler, and as frequent as he likes to grapple competitively, I don't think that sometimes you just kind of fall into that groove to where you're comfortable being on your back.
There you go. You see he's bringing that bounce back with pressure mark again.
Nice combination by Sanchez.
Sanchez contemplated retirement after being cut from the UFC. We're glad that he didn't. Makes the move over to AKA. Loves the new camp up there in San Jose. And, man, he's looking really, really strong right now. Landing a lot, and you can see the damage all over the body of Gabriel Checco. Sanchez continues to touch up. Gabriel Checco back against the fence.
He's doing a great job. I think if he goes to the body more, I think he might put this fight away a lot earlier.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Kamaru. His patience, his distance recognition.
Stop!
We're going to take a look here at the fans' scorecard, how they are scoring it at home.
Ready? Fight!
Round 2 officially underway. They got Sanchez on that one, no doubt about it.
And you know what the key is to knowing Portuguese? Like Checco's corner is saying, hey, don't get comfortable in the distance. I says, do not get comfortable. And I love when I hear that because they're 100% right. Do not get in the distance.
And you guys will remember yesterday, Checco was telling us that he doesn't like to watch footage on his opponents. He studies all the fights and he takes in all the shows. As soon as he signs a contract and has an opponent, he'll never watch him again. So it just gives him an anxiety. I can understand that, but I think you guys could also understand when you hear that, it's tough to come up with a game plan. It's tough to come up with a strategy if you don't know exactly what you're getting into. I think that footage, Kamaru, is a friend. I think that it's a tool and it helps.
Yeah, there's only maybe a few guys that really don't need a game plan. You know what I'm saying? Like the absolute best in the world. Everybody else has to.
Yeah, I think, watching film is an incredible tool because it's when you go into a fight and you have no idea what this guy is even good at. Your opponent might have zero striking, and all they're going to do is run across the cage, take you down, and ground and pound you to death. If you have no idea that that's what that guy's going to do, how are you supposed to win the fight and you want to strike? Your game plan is, I'm going to knock this guy out. So you have to at least be able to watch a little bit of fight, a little bit of film, so you can at least get an idea of what this guy's good at, what he's not so good at, so you can prepare accordingly. So I don't agree with that when guys say, "Oh, I don't want to watch film. I don't." I guess you want to. I get you want to go in there and just fight your fight, but you better make sure you are 100% excellent in every aspect of mixed martial arts.
I like how Gabriel's sitting up here. I know he's looking for the switch. He hasn't got it yet, this reversal position, but I like that he's trying because that's what he talked about. The things that he learned in his last contest with Rashad specifically, that he doesn't want to lay on bottom and be comfortable and look at this like sports jiu-jitsu.
Sanchez has been dominant thus far in the round, has controlled the position, now landing knees. And Sanchez, like you said, guys, looking as good as he has in a long time. You say maybe the best Andrew Sanchez that you've seen. Very, very confident. And I think he's happy to have this home here in Eagle. And he said his plan is to come here and be the best, become champion. Point blank, period.
Need your hands off the mat. We gotta get up, buddy. We gotta get up.
Well, he's looking pretty good right now. He's controlling the top position. This is where wrestlers love to be. We love to be here. This is referee's position and just landing strikes here.
And you notice how he was sneaking and grabbed that far wrist.
Yes.
Super smart. For those watching, there's a way where this is where Khabib really made a living. He knows how to use his pressure, right? And right now, Sanchez is doing that. It's you allow them to fight you a little bit, to wear and tear them, to invest in the later rounds.
Okay, like you can see here, Gabriel is peeking underneath because I think he wants to dive in for a leg lock.
He's thinking knee bar, isn't he?
Yeah, he's thinking knee bar or leg lock. He wants to. I feel like he wants to dive in, but Andrew's doing a really good job of moving that leg.
Sanchez giving a lot right now, spending a lot of energy. You hear the breaths, diving through. Indeed, it's exactly what he was thinking. But Sanchez gets out of there very quickly. We got a minute left here in round number 2. A couple light heavyweights.
Don't grab defense, don't grab defense.
Still to come, feature fight. Maki Patolo making his debut against the debuting Doug Usher. And then our incredible co-main and main event tonight here on Eagle FC 47. You're watching live and free on the FlexCast app.
Really good job of pressure control. Like right now, he's not necessarily killing them, but he's killing them. You guys, believe it or not, this is wrestling with pressure. Checco has not done anything to get up because if you constantly have weight and pressure on top of somebody, I'm telling you guys, this stuff right here pays dividends. It's better for Checco to literally go to his back than to be in an all-fours position and carry weight.
Checco continuing to look, still moving at a decent pace. On his back, feels like he has that major advantage. Andrew Sanchez just racking up points, and that's going to be 2 rounds for the debuting Sanchez.
It appears that Gabriel would like to be on the ground, but he hasn't done any takedown attempts. Perhaps he hasn't seen them or doesn't think his wrestling can match. The other side of the coin is he hasn't tried them yet. Before Gabriel should concede that his wrestling's not good enough to get him to the ground, he needs one good effort.
The fans once again easily have Andrew Sanchez. Andrew Sanchez continuing to pour it on here in the 3rd. Ooh, and a nice kick.
That's the 3rd question mark kick, right? Hans Molenkamp is somewhere going, wow, this guy's following my Instagram page. That's pretty good technique. Well, in fact, right? I mean, that's Hans's move. That seems to kind of be Sanchez's go-to on the feet tonight, too.
Checco has got to bring it here in the final stanza. Sanchez not giving him a whole lot of room to work with.
Good jab from Sanchez.
Nice
He
kick.
felt that.
Nice
yeah,
kick. Like
look at that. He's limping on that.
Yeah, his leg was super heavy.
Yeah.
You guys kind of analyze that front leg. If you start seeing him kind of lift his knee, that just means he's turning. He's doing that right now.
Former.
He's got to go back to that. He's got to go back to that. That's the best.
Former Ultimate Fighter winner. You see the domination. Look at the punches thrown and landed by Andrew Sanchez. I mean, the stats don't lie.
Boy, I wonder how these guys wake up the next day. You know what I mean? All those punches thrown, all those kicks. I don't know if I missed that, Chill. I don't know, man. I don't know, Uncle Chill. Did I make the right choice and come back, Uncle Chill?
I'm glad you're back. That's all I can say for that choice. Hindsight will be clear, but I'm glad you're back, Henry.
You just want one punch. I need your hands right back up when you're done punching.
Oh, Gabriel's hanging in there, but I tell you, I can tell he's a little frustrated. He's a little bit at a loss of what do I do. Sanchez just a little bit faster, kind of beating him to the punch a little bit more fluently.
Checco can take some damage, though, and keep coming forward, though. He definitely gets credit for the heart. We saw it in the Evans fight. We're seeing it even more here as he's taking even more damage against Andrew Sanchez. And here comes Zangief, trying to get something started here on Sanchez.
Great job by Sanchez there to pummel inside with those double unders and reverse that position and put him on the cage.
Sanchez in there sweating hard. Looks like he took a dip in the pool before he got in here.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Might be that time. Zangief taking the damage. Ask Sanchez, is he going to channel like a Street Fighter character to be Zangief? Is it going to be a Hadouken? Is it going to be, a Sonic Boom? What's it going to be?
Well, this position's relevant. I mean, right, Checco has wanted to be on his guard. He's wanted to play jiu-jitsu absolutely all night. Here he is. What he is going to offer, what attacks he's going to go for are very relevant. It is how he will be looked at and judged by his peers after this fight. If nothing gets close and no effort is done, tough strategy. Tough strategy moving forward.
And he's going into what this is the mission control position that he keeps going through there. He's just, all that is just, you're just prolonging the damage that should be done. You're not really offensively doing something there. He's just trying to keep him inside so he can't posture up and land punches just like this.
Complete one-way traffic here by Andrew Sanchez. Proven to be an amazing signing here by the group here at Eagle FC. And he is going to be a problem for anybody he comes across from inside the Eagle FC still. We got a minute left.
Yeah, there has to be a sense of urgency for Checco because he's staying down a little too long. It's almost like, hey, bro, you're down. You are down 3 rounds to none. Get to your feet. Look for a heavy limb to be able to put this guy out.
Well, and Checco might change his plan moving forward, right? I mean, sometimes you go out there to win, and sometimes you've got to learn. You've got to change. Moving forward, perhaps Checco will start watching some footage. I don't have a problem with the guard game. The guard game doesn't work very often by the numbers, but I don't have a problem with it. It's the lack of an effort of a sequence. If Sanchez was shutting down a sequence of submissions from this position, I think I'd keep my mouth shut. It's the fact that Checco wanted to be here and didn't offer anything that I think is going to be frustrating for his team.
Are we smelling a comeback from you too, Uncle Joe?
No, JLP is done.
I mean, you retire undefeated. You might as well be done. I mean,
having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges saw it the same. 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Andrew El Dirte Sanchez.
Godly, you're so sweaty, man. I want to hug you, but I can't. No. Andrew Sanchez, congratulations, man. You did a really good job. You know, obviously we talked about it at the fighter meeting. What was the difference now making that transition to AKA?
You know, AKA helps me a lot with my mentality. I've always had the physical ability. I've had all the ability in the world, but my mind was a little off. So getting my mental health in order, and also the amazing energy of AKA, the coaches, the teammates, it puts me in the right mentality.
I noticed your patience. We're talking about it there with Kamaru Usman. Your patience, the little bounce that you had. What was it? What would you credit that? The implement, the game plan, the top riding. Was that your game plan?
That was just me, baby. You know, I've made the mistake to maybe listening to all the outside voices in my career. But at the end of the day, it's you in this cage. You make the decisions. You have to figure this out, and this controls this. So it was all me.
From the UFC to Eagle FC, you got our boss right there. Who is it that you want next?
Line him up, man. I'll knock him down. I have every intention of being the first middleweight EFC king. Khabib, thank you for the opportunity. To all of the Eagle staff, Ali, I look up to you all tremendously. Thank you so much.
Your winner, everybody. Give it up for Andrew Sanchez. Gabriel Checco, you know, that's, you know, we had a tough one with Rashad Evans, and now, obviously, Sanchez here. What is your take on the fight?
It is what it is, okay? I'm happy to be here. I got called 2 weeks ago, and I said, okay, let's do it. You know, I'm here to fight. Got a shout out to Ali. Love this guy. Khabib, thank you very much for what you do. This is the best promotion, okay? You guys been calling all their names. This is the place to be, okay? I love where I am, and thank you very much for everybody. It's not my name. Jesus' name always. Losing or winning, it's his name to be praised.
There you have it. Gabriel Checco, everybody.